So, what we are going to do now is known as the method of splitting the middle term, splitting the middle term. So, I have already written 3 equations so that we can do all the 3 and just get an idea of that. Now, this is the first one, 2x square minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. So, it is a quadratic equation. The coefficient of x square is 2, the coefficient of 5x is equal to minus 5 and the constant term is 3. Now, what is the middle term here? The middle term is this, that is the splitting the coefficient of the x. Just because you change the order does not change the middle term. Middle term means the splitting the coefficient of the x. The x term has to be split into such a way that instead of 3 we make 4, and from the 4 we are able to get the values of x that will make this quadratic equation equal to 0. So, this is a method which you have of course surely learnt in your early classes also, but we will just revise it. Okay. So, what is the way of doing it? You multiply the coefficient of x square to the constant 3, that is 2 into 3 along with the sign. So, plus and plus 3 is 6, isn't it? 2 into 3 you have 6. You can do all this work in the rough, and after some time this becomes a habit, you know. Many children are able to do literally, you know, mentally breaking the middle term, but it is better that we learn the process once again. Now, you find all those factors of 6, the pairs of factors, that is 6 can be written as 1 into 6, 2 into 3, then of course 3 into 2 and 6 into 1. So, the last 2 we need not do because that is only a repetition. So, this can be written as say 1 into 6 and 2 into 3. I do not have to write 3 into 2 because this is the same thing, isn't it? So, just you can just forget it. So, these are the 2 pairs of factors for this 6. Now, which one should I take? I should look at this sign because this was a plus 6, plus 2 into plus 3 was plus 6. That means the sum of the 2 factors, plus means the sum of the 2 factors should be this minus 5. So, if I take this as minus 2 and minus 3, that will give me minus 5 because I am going to add that. So, minus 2 plus minus 3 is minus 5, minus 2 into minus 3 is 6. So, this can be written as 2x square minus 2x minus 3x plus 3 is equal to 0. So, let me erase this. Yes. So, the same middle term, that is the term with the x, has been split into 2 portions in such a way that we have finally got 4 terms. Having got the 4 terms, we can do taking out the common 2 at a time. So, between this and this the 2x is common. So, all I get is x minus 1. Here it is minus 3, I get x minus 1 is equal to 0. Having done this, please check again whether this is coming correct or not. 2x into x is 2x square, 2x into minus 1 is minus 2x, the signs are correct. So, minus 3 into x minus 3x, minus 3 into minus 1 is plus 3. When you do this correctly, these 2 terms will turn out to be the same thing, including the sign and everything, exactly the same. So, now this can be written as x minus 1 and then 2x with minus 3, that is equal to 0. We have been doing this even factorization for just polynomials without exactly writing this 0, making it as an equation. But now since we are doing equations, it is necessary that we do not forget this is equal to 0. This portion is something we end up forgetting. We go about solving everything and there nothing is there, but the entire lesson is about equations. So, you really need that is equal to sign and equal to 0. Now, when 2 terms of multiplied to get 0, obviously this can be 0 or this can be 0, isn't it? So, we can write x minus 1 is equal to 0, that gives you x is equal to 1. Similarly, 2x minus 3 is equal to 0 gives you x is equal to 3 by 2. These 2 values of x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3 by 2 are the zeros or the roots. They are called as the roots of the quadratic equation. What does that mean, root? That value of x which is going to make this left hand side of the quadratic equation equal to 0. That you have here 0, so there also it is equal to 0. So, by putting x is equal to 1 and or x is equal to 3 by 2, we get 2 roots. Now, they are known as roots of the quadratic equation. The 2 roots are x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3 by 2. So, this is one way. Now, there is another one. Now, we have a quadratic equation where you do not have this, when you say splitting the middle term, there is no middle term to start with, isn't it? There is no term here for which you can do the splitting, there is no x term to start with. but the entire expression itself is a very nice expression. 4x square can be written as 2x whole square. 9 can be written as 3 square is equal to 0. Correct? So, how does it? 4x square is 2x whole square. Please understand that 2 square is 4, x square is x. So, that is how you have to write. 2x whole square minus 3 square. So, this looks something like a square minus b square. So, how do you factorize a square minus b square? What is the identity? A plus b, a minus b. So, this is nothing but a square minus b square, which is a plus b into a minus b. Here on the right side, it is continuously 0 only. So, what is a here? 2x, b is 3. So, 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now, they are all, we might have done the same thing without the just factorization without the equation. Now, we are really doing the equation. The right hand side is extremely important, you just cannot leave it like that. So, we have one term at a time, we will equate to 0 because this multiplied by this is becoming 0. If two numbers are multiplied and the answer is 0, obviously either this is 0 or that is 0, isn't it? So, I will take the first term as 0. So, 2x plus 3 is equal to 0 gives me x is equal to minus 3 by 2. The second one, 2x minus 3 is equal to 0 gives me x is equal to 3 by 2. So, the two values of x which are the roots of this quadratic equation, they are minus 3 by 2 and plus 3 by 2. So, again you have got two values, even though you did not have a middle term to split, but you really had this. Now, let us take this equation 6x square minus x minus 2. Let me write it again. 6x square minus 2 minus 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. 6 square minus x it was. Okay. Oh. So, that is the equation 6x square minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. There is a middle term with a coefficient of minus 1. X has the coefficient with a minus sign is there. So, that means what is the coefficient? Minus 1. So, we have to do the splitting the middle term in such a way that we get two terms. When they are added, you are getting this minus x. Or let us see what we can do. Multiply the first term and the third term. So, 6 into minus 2 is minus 12. Find two factors of minus 12. Minus 12 has got many factors, right, from 1 into 12, 2 into 6, then 3 into 4 and so on, isn't it? So, we can write all of them. Since there are not many, we can write 1 into 6, 1 into 12, sorry, then 2 into 6, then 3 into 4. Obviously, we will not go further because the next one becomes 4 into 3, which is the same as 3 into 4. So, we can just stop it here. These are the pairs of the factors. Now, this is minus 12. The minus sign says that you have to find the difference of the factors equal to minus 1. How can I take where the difference becomes minus 1? First of all, 6 minus 2 can never become minus 1, isn't it? But 4 minus 3 becomes plus 1. But if I make 4 as minus 4 and this as plus 3, then the difference is minus 1. So, 6x square. So, I have got 4x plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Can you see that? Minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1 and 6 minus 2 minus 12. So, everything is correct here. So, having got this, now all we have to do is take two terms at a time. Okay, now take out the common. Common between 6x and 4x square is 2x obviously. So, 2x, this gives me 3x minus 2, correct? 2 3s are 6 and x into x, x square. Here minus 2x minus 4x plus, now 3x minus 2 is here. I also need 3x minus 2, then only my answer will be correct, isn't it? But 3x minus 2 is already there. So, if I take everything inside, something has to come out. There has to be a coefficient. When the entire thing is going inside, the coefficient has to be only 1. That means, if you multiply 1 with 3x minus 2, you are going to get 3x minus 2. So, that is what I got this 1. So, now 3x minus 2, these are the factors, 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So, these two are known as the factors of that quadratic equation. This gives me x is equal to, 3x minus 2 is equal to 0, gives me x is equal to 2 by 3. Be careful with the signs and all that. When 2 goes to the other side, it becomes plus 2. Then here 2x plus 1 is equal to 0 gives me x is equal to minus 1 by 2. These are the factors, they are known as the factors, but these are the zeros or the roots of this quadratic equation 6x square minus x minus 2. What does that mean? If I substitute x is equal to minus 2 by 3 here and solve the LHS, that will become equal to 0. For that matter, if I put x is equal to minus 1 by 2 and solve the same left hand side of that quadratic equation, it becomes equal to 0. So, we have seen that in all quadratic equation, we will get two values of x that will make the quadratic equation equal to 0, and these two values are known as roots. Now, this is one of the very simplest method which is known as the splitting of the middle term.